What a win that was. What a fantastic performance. And again, I'm going to be pointing out the youngsters. It's just remarkable. This Arsenal squad, no doubt about it, has an incredibly positive future ahead of them. If we can keep playing like this, they're only going to get better. And that is such a great position to be in. We're not relying on the older players. We're not making signings like we did in recent years. Willian and Petr Cech and David Luiz. And whilst some of those players did okay for us, we are now really seeing a shift in focus. The youth. It's all about the youth. Now, we do need to talk about how we won today's game today. Yes, we were better on the pitch, of course, but the Leeds side that we came across today, I think it's it's harsh, isn't it? It's really harsh. Let me go ahead and bring up the stats from today's game. The Leeds lineup, of course, was weakened, to say the least. They have so many injuries, so many players missing. Without Bamford, Phillips, some of their best players, Cooper, the captain, and yeah, it's tough. But the thing is, it's not Arsenal's fault, is it? It's no one's fault. It's football. COVID has hit them and injuries has hit them. This was the only game that went ahead in the Premier League today. It's really quite scary times. And I'm sorry to bring this up for some people that might not know this, but it has come out in the news that Sambi Lokonga has got COVID as well. So it's very possible, it's very likely that other Arsenal players will come down with COVID in the next 72 hours or so, which is a big worry because we're going into... Well, no, we've already gone into a huge amount of positive results lately. A lot of players coming down with COVID throughout football around the world and in other sports. I've seen NBA has been hit really hard. It's worrying times. A lot of fixtures, a lot of sports have just come to a standstill. I think it's very likely that Arsenal will suffer as well. Of course, we had a bit of an outbreak at the start of the season against Brentford, which coincidentally was the last time we wore the blue kit. I was worried we'd have a little bit of, I don't know what the word is. You know when you have a certain feeling where you do something that day and it always ends up in a bad thing, a bad result. I had a feeling that we're going to create this thing where wearing the blue kit, we lose. We obviously lost that game to Brentford. We had players missing like Aubameyang through COVID and they didn't postpone that game. I mean, I get it. It was the first game of the season. You don't really want to do that. But I think you could have made the argument that this fixture probably didn't need to go ahead. Well, need, is that the right word? I feel like they're just trying to get the fixtures done if they can with thin lines being crossed. It's a bit of a tough one, but really good performance from Arsenal. And we did the job despite weird circumstances. There's no doubt in my mind that football is going to be hit hard over the next month. This could be the last time we see Arsenal play for a week or two, which is sad. But of course, health comes first. If football needs to shut down for a month or two, it needs to shut down for a month or two. Get vaccinated. I've seen the reports, the statistics in the Premier League. A lot of Premier League players are not vaccinated, which is strange to me. They're pro athletes, and you would think that maybe they would be talked into doing it for sure. Of course, people are entitled to not believe in the vaccine, and I know that's a thing, but, from my opinion, I'm triple jabbed now. I had my booster yesterday. My arm is absolutely dead. I have felt rough all day, but I want to be safe. I want to keep people around me safe. You should do the right thing, and I'm hoping all Premier League players will eventually get vaccinated and stop this from happening again. I'm so sick of talking about it, but let's move on into a more positive light. We beat Leeds 4-1. This is not an easy fixture. Yes, you can see the circumstances that they're struggling. They had, 9 first-team players fit. They had a 15-year-old on the bench. Of course, that is completely ridiculous, but you can only beat who's in front of you, and we've done it really well, despite 10, 15 minutes in the second half where they did score and we looked a little bit shaky. No coincidence that Tomiyasu came off when we conceded and Cedric came on and, yeah, wasn't great. But we need to talk about Martinelli because he's a generational talent. This guy is going places. Absolutely fantastic. A 9.2 rating. He got his 2 goals. We've got an assist from Xhaka, Erdegaard, Lacazette, goal from Saka, of course, and a goal for Emile Smith-Rowe. The reason there's an assist missing is because Saka scored his goal with a slight deflection. There wasn't really an assist for that. The only player that you could say had a relatively average game was Ben White. I don't think he was necessarily playing badly, but he did give away the penalty, which ruined the clean sheet. Ramsdale, of course, almost getting his 9th clean sheet in 15 appearances, I think it is. It's ridiculous stats. These 3 right here, to be fair, the back 5, Ramsdale and these 4 defenders, it's so good to see that we're able to get some consistency there. This is the 4th game in a row we've named the same lineup. That is so not Arsenal. That just doesn't happen. But fair play to Martinelli, because he's come into the team during a really weird time with our club captain, Aubameyang, or ex-club captain, out of the squad, seemingly permanently for now. Wasn't involved in the squad again today. Reports that he's leaving in January. Same with Pepe. In the second half, Tavares came on in Martinelli's position ahead of Pepe. I mean, Tavares ahead of Pepe. Tavares is a defender. I know he could easily play as a left winger. In fact, I kind of see him playing that position in the future potentially. But yeah, that's absolute madness. Let's have a quick look through the stats. Here you can see COVID-19, Sambi Lokonga, and look, this is actually a joke. Absolute joke. You know, Firpo obviously got that red card. Rodrigo out, Bamford, Struijk, Cooper, Phillips, Shackleton, Llorente, James, Creswell. It's absolutely insane. A lot of these players are first-team players. Wow, I'm surprised. I actually thought we dominated the possession, but clearly in the second half, well, we did see it. Leeds improved a lot, but 21 shots, 20 chances created. This, if you go back a couple of months ago, was my main issue with the squad. Even when we were doing better, we went on a nice unbeaten run. We weren't scoring a lot of goals. We weren't creating chances, and that is seemingly a thing of the past right now. Did you know in the first half we had 11 shots on target, which is the most in 6 seasons in the Premier League? 11 shots on target. I can't remember how many shots it was in general, but these are incredible stats. This is a Champions League worthy squad based off the stats. Of course, when you watch the game and you see the opponent, you could argue it's probably the easiest game of the season so far. Absolutely fantastic. Really, really happy with the performance today. I think another player that maybe isn't getting mentioned enough, especially in the last episode, I completely forgot to mention him. It happens, all right? I've got so many things I want to talk about, but Martin Ødegaard, since he's come back into the squad, so many goal contributions, goals and assists. He reminds me of Mesut Ozil so much. There are times he does my head in when he should just shoot, and he lays it off. He's always looking for the assist, and of course that left foot is so delicate. It's beautiful to watch, and when he does shoot, he's often scoring lately. So I would like Ødegaard to be a bit more greedy in that situation. But to think that losing Mesut Ozil obviously was a massive, massive thing for us. Not a good thing. He's been a great player for us. Martin Ødegaard has stepped up already, and I think he's filling that void pretty well. And he's so young. He's a leader. I love it. We're better without Aubameyang. That's another comment I should make as well. Let's get into your comments. So I tweeted out 4-1 thoughts on the game. Make sure you follow me on Twitter to get your comments in. Almost 100 messages in 15 minutes. Very solid win. What a performance by Martinelli. The future looks bright. Smith Rowe off the bench again. Stupid, unneeded challenge from Ben White. Yeah, the penalty was annoying. It really was. We deserved a clean sheet, but very good win. See, this is the thing, okay? You see the scorers tonight. They're all the youngsters. Just think, that front four, front five, everyone is young and has insane potential to be even better. We're looking, I think, at a Champions League worthy squad. We're very much almost there. That the big problem we've got is we can't beat the really top teams. We're still getting slapped by Liverpool and City and Chelsea, and that can't happen if you're going to be in the Champions League. But otherwise, we look like we're in pretty good shape. Another comment coming in from Craig. Martinelli is a star. Reminds me a lot of Henry with his finishing. Yes, I said this the other night when he opens up his body and finesses it into that bottom right corner, just like Thierry Henry did. But the chip, his second goal today, beautiful. And his first goal, a little bit of a touch from Melier, but just such a good shot. Maybe it's me, but I'm just not impressed with Xhaka and Partey. maybe give Maitland-Niles a go. Yeah, we haven't had Maitland-Niles play for a little while. I think the reason I picked this comment is for this. I kind of agree. I think Xhaka and Partey is... I don't know what the word is. It's a bit hit and miss at times, but they are controlling the game in midfield. I think Partey is starting to get some consistency going. He's having better performances. Xhaka had a moment stamping on, is it Gelhardt? I don't know. He stamped on someone's ankle. No, it was Rafinha. Got away with it somehow. Should have absolutely been a yellow card. Some people calling for a red. And then moments later, a Leeds player does a similar challenge and gets a yellow card. It was very inconsistent from the referee, but I think we keep at it. I don't think we need to change up the squad too much. I think Maitland-Niles, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe he'll get in. We do have the game against Sunderland coming up, and I'm sure he'll feature in that. A little bit scrappy, says Carter, towards the end, but 3 points is all that matters. Smith Rowe should start, but I don't know who you take out. Exactly. Who do you take out to bring Smith Rowe in? I think a lot of people are saying that maybe Martinelli could play more central, and then you have Smith Rowe on the left, and then Ødegaard, Saka. But then I think we miss that Lacazette experience. He's everywhere. He might not get all the goals. He might not get all the assists, although he got one today. He is the heart of a lot of our attacks. He sits deep. He gets those players involved. And him and Ødegaard have got a really nice partnership going. So that is a tough one. And then we've got one coming in from Ian here. Again, I've picked him again, unless someone's using the same picture. Another professional performance. Thought Ødegaard once again showed his magnificent playmaking attributes. And Martinelli showed again he's one of a kind. Otherwise, good performance. 100%. Really impressed. Great result, but given the circumstances, that 11 should be putting more past them. Won't get an easier game this season. Do you guys agree with that? Is that officially the easiest game of the season? Do you know what? I would tend to agree, but the thing is, you're going away to a team that are in the relegation scrap. There's no doubt about it. They have one of the toughest squads to come up against away from home. I genuinely believe that, and I know that squad wasn't fully fit today, but it's never easy to go to Elland Road. It's such a tough place to go. That team recently did really well against Chelsea. Could have easily been a very tough game. I know I keep saying it. It's a very depleted squad. So, yeah, I tend to agree. But the thing is, when your squad is so thin, when you're fighting for your lives at the bottom, something else can take over. Something else can grab those players by the scruff of their neck, and they all of a sudden perform out of nowhere, these wonder performances. And that could have happened. We could have lost today. It doesn't matter who you're playing against. You can lose a game against school kids if you really do not turn up and play badly. It's football. Anything can happen, even if it's a 1% chance. We could have had a stinker today and lost 1-0 to a penalty. The thing is, we went there and we killed them off in the first half, and that is something we don't do consistently. So if you take out those 10, 15 minutes where we looked a little bit on edge, when we took off Tomiyasu specifically, it was, a very, very solid performance. I'm talking like an 8, a 9 out of 10. The only thing that I'm a little bit disappointed with is that at 3-0, when we did take our foot off the gas or the pedal or the accelerator pedal, as I should say, so British, then, in another occasion, when they do get that goal back, it creates panic, your heads drop, and you can very easily, against a better team, collapse. So I don't really like that. I would have loved to have seen 4, 5. One of the biggest problems this season for us has been our goal difference. And I'm telling you right now, goal difference will have a huge part to play in this season. I genuinely believe that we could be looking at maybe the difference between a 4th and a 5th because of goal difference. Can you imagine that? It might happen. So the chance to get that 4, 5 goal advantage today would have been incredible. But yeah, it's still a 4-1 result. It's still +3 on the goal difference. And now I think we're at, is it +4? Let me just double check before we end today's video. We are now officially in 4th place with, let me show you guys. We are 4th place, 18 games played with a +4 goal difference. So that's really good. We are looking in much better shape. We've got 10 wins now. I mean, to put that into perspective, the West Ham team that we should be afraid of and our main rivals have only won 8. Obviously, they've got a game to play still. Teams like Wolves that have been really good this season only have 7 wins. We're up to 10 wins. We might be losing too much, yes, but we're winning games. So that means we're now 5 points behind Chelsea, but they do have that game in hand. Sunderland next, and then Norwich. You can see the fixture list here. Providing our team is good to go and we don't get hit with a massive wave of COVID, I'm excited at... Excuse me, I just had my dinner. I'm excited at the thought of beating Sunderland, going to Norwich and getting a result there, beating Wolves at home, and then it's the big one against Man City, which, do you know what? Based on current form, that could be a very, very good game. The odds are we'll get smashed, but you never know. It's at home at least. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.